I would like to first apologize for not having this guide up sooner. It's actually been a little bit of time since I've last posted the last guide, and that's because, unfortunately, my original notebook was destroyed. Well, not all of it, only a certain few characters was destroyed, and unfortunately, it happened to be one of this current servant that was ruined, and he wasn't on top priority of replacing because I fucking hate this servant. I really do. I'll straight up tell you he's gonna be the quickest guide I'll do, because I don't care to talk and I don't like the guy at all. I'll just straight up tell you that I don't like him enough to spend so much time on him. I'll just get down to the basics and just make sure to keep this nice, smooth, simple, and quick. So with that being said, we are going to be focusing on Gilles De Rias. I'm just going to call him Rias from now on. I'm going to go and customize him. He is a caster class servant. And what the fuck? Welcome to the noob. What the fuck did y'all do to the control room? What the hell? Start, fine, whatever. Back. What? Right now. Okay, yeah, stream off the fucking morons. Anyways, but no, fucking bloody hell. But yeah, no, it's pretty much simply a one of those things that I already have going off here, and it's just one of those things. Rias is just I'm sorry about the whole thing. I haven't streamed in a little while, and I've been a bit busy actually as of late. There's been quite a few personal things that's came up, which is another reason why I haven't also streamed, such as just a bunch of stuff that just stuff. So pretty much to start this guide off, like I said, Rias is a caster class servant. He has I do believe he has the same amount of defense as Astolfo with 1350, with about the same attack as multiple servants like Archer, our lovely Archer class Nameless, and with 1500. He is perhaps, like, funny enough saying this, I don't dislike him because of the character of the game. I just dislike him because of who he is in the series. Now, I didn't touch this bitch with a 10-foot pole on my main account. I will damn well admit that, and I probably won't ever use him again out of this, so even online, like, I don't care to play as him. Like, I refuse to play as him. He'll probably be the one servant I don't do. But while going through his skill set, this was tricky because besides all that talk besides all that shit he says, I haven't really found any good use for him. And what he does have is like that oceanic monster of his, which it's cool, don't get me wrong, but it was kind of hard to pay attention to who he was when he seemed like a little bitch half the time, so I couldn't get into him enough. But because casters, because I didn't know how to do, I'm like, let's. The one thing that did stick out, I'm like, let's make this bitch powerful. Mainly because the oceanic monster he has is very strong and fucking OP as hell. Who am I kidding? Just watch the fucking series and you'll know. But because I knew how strong he was, I needed to debate if I wanted to go close range, far range, or whatever it is. And because most of his skills are either action restrictions or area, most of his stuff is action restrictions or just something like that. Most of his actual fighting is not there. Like, he's more or less a huge support role. So with that being said, I want to make sure he was strong, but I want to fulfill what you could clearly find off all the action restrictions. Like, he's just there to support the hell out of his team. Thus, the reason why he has such a low defense, if I'm going to assume that's why the game makers made him like this. So, with that being said, I'm going to put the Marks of Maleficent God. I disagree with that entire title. I'm just gonna call it Mark. Because, yeah, I'm too lazy to keep repeating that. The reason why we're doing this is because whenever you're up in a close scenario combat, you don't have time to, you know, hope for the best, or you got an enemy right in your face. So with that being said, you want to go and really hit them hard so they'll want to run, and while they're running, you run. Type mentality is what I had in mind when I decided to take the skill. It is a 21.60 attack power with a cooldown of 9 seconds. This is a close range attack, which is why I made mention of it, and why I chose it initially is because I want him to be able to defend himself even against anyone. Even if it's the best skill or the worst skill, it's not about power for this one. It's just so that if someone gets close enough, he has more than just the basic natural body, he needs more than that. And this will be the one servant I will guarantee you we are not wasting Martial Blessing on. I said there's going to be at least one of them. He is the least. And going through some of the notes I have left and that I haven't had to replace yet, I noticed that, you know, there's not really too much more of these guys, so we are not putting Martial Blessing on him. He's not going to powerhouse this shit. But with that being said, we're going to go next to the Burst Attack, which is a caster class skill. It does 17, 29, or 28, correction, sorry, my bad, and a 9-second cooldown. Like I said, this is a burst attack skill, so you're not right up on your enemy. It's pretty much you're just gonna summon a bunch of you'll summon 2 little oceanic monsters, and they will pretty much smack the shit out of you. And in other words, you're gonna pretty much summon a bunch of tentacles, and they're gonna beat the shit out of your opponent. Getting real close to, you know, out of, you know, PG-13 territory. Let me tell you, that's getting real close to hentai, buddy. But because of that, I mean, this is another self-defense mechanism I'm going to choose for him. And then it was tricky because I didn't know what else to put. So I decided to go with Deep. I'm not really gonna tap the rest of this. It has no attack power besides 1.0, and it takes 8 seconds cooldown. It's nothing special. It's just gonna stun your enemy by you so that you're allowed to smack them with, you know, abilities such as your Oceanic Monsters Rumble or your regular attacks. It's so you can start smacking on them. That's the only reason why. You may think I put the Wild Run Oceanic Monsters, which is also a burst skill, which is good for powerhousing, but you know, we've got all, if not more than what we need for self-defense. Next off, though, I will go and say the Festival of the Foul. Yes, I'm fully aware of the final word, and yes, I purposely negated saying it. I refuse to say it. You got a problem with that? I don't really care. You got the general gist. Now this is gonna go, it's a restriction skill, another one, and it's going to stop your enemy, or not exactly stop them. You're gonna slow your enemy down so much within a certain area, and it makes it much easier to hit them on up. And if they're gonna try to use an ability on you that, you know, can really harm you, you could stop them in their tracks much easier, and you could dodge. So it's a self-defensive mechanism instead. Now with how I'm going to play Rhea is because this, you know, half is defense, half is offense. I mean, I need to, you know, keep that in mind. So if you don't want one of these two, you can choose whatever one. I prefer to keep, you know, excuse me, I apologize. You need to keep the mark. I would get rid of the marks because it's way too close in my opinion. Despite the more damage, that small amount of damage is not worth it. Sure, it's got some pretty decent numbers. That's like what, about 4.12? Hell yeah, that's a lot. But what it does not have is range. It may be harder to hit someone with the marked over the rumble, so I'm taking that one off, excuse me, for yet another area restriction skill. This is another caster skill. We only have one attack skill, 3 restrictions. This will also slow your enemies down. However, this has some attack power to it. This has 7.20. It's not exactly strong, but it is a combination between both attack and defense. It may have 3 seconds more of cooldown from your previous skill, but this will slow your enemies down on top of the last one, and then you're gonna be slowing them down. Granted, I would have said, oh, I'm so tired, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize, I'm a little tired right now. But I would say to have used the Great Tentacle Mallet. That does some pretty decent damage, and is an area attack skill. So if you don't want the burst attack, this got only 4 seconds extra cooldown with 13 seconds, and it got about maybe 2 points extra attack. I'm just not even doing the math. Very nice, and is an area, so everyone in there will get hit with it. But I'm gonna go with this current set right here. PvP is gonna be pretty much the same thing. This is honestly being offline. I'm actually gonna just straight up tell you, this is one of the very few servants I accidentally put my 2 active skill sets in the wrong slots. I rearranged when I was writing this down. I usually have the offline first, and instead I had the online first, and I realized that. So this will be the online set. I'm gonna say and take care of that now. This is the online set. We'll be taking care of this all for online. And this is to slow down your opponent and just beat the living hell out of them and yeet skeet away if you need to. But because we're offline, we are going to keep the Oceanic, we're keeping Marks, and we're going to keep the Tentacle Run. Now this is where you can consider keeping the, I'm going to keep Deep on here, but pretty much we're going to invert it to where there's more offense than defense. I already went over each of the skills, or pretty much all of his skills. He's useful, but I don't like his character, so I don't like him. But now that we got all that, offline we're gonna put on the offline we will have our Martial Blessing. Online we will not have Martial Blessing. We are not really gonna have too much, we're just leaving it right here. Martial Blessing is gonna stay right there, and that's all it's gonna do. However, we're going to heavily rely on we're gonna have fairies on online or offline, because of how low his defense is. I want to still keep that power within him that he has. Is just, I want to make sure that if I get knocked down and by power wise, and well I want to be able to knock more people down, be able to try to knock them down before they completely finish me off. Next we'll have Natural Body, because he's going to be heavily relying on Natural Body. And Bravery will be our last attack skill. And if you forgot, it's going to go attack, defense, support, and then we'll do save all this, go to the double skill build, and that's how we usually do it, and that's how we're always going to do it. The reason why we have Bravery is much like the Oceanic monster itself. If I'm not mistaken, the more people it consumed, the stronger it got. And Bravery, the more people you killed, the stronger you got. So with that, I just kind of took that into account and said, fuck yeah. Next, we are going to grab an anti-hero, because, yeah, defense. Because we need some massive defense here to start making up. Then we're going to take Magic Resist. Oops. So we can start resisting magic. Now if you pull up the unique skill, I mean, most of this was hard for me to understand any of that, so I didn't really care too much for it. Oh, this fucking headset. And most of all his unique skills, per se, confused the living hell out of me, so I didn't keep it. And then we'll have Obstinate. We're doing this all so we could keep some decent defense, and we covered all aspects of defense. just by a general overall against servants, regular, and anything else. With this being said, I mean, it was really easy to take and combine all this, and you'd think I'd put in Imperial Privilege for my last skill, but instead you might think mana recovery, which isn't a bad idea because it'll boost both defense and attack. However, that's not what we're doing. We are just simply going to reduce earth. Why? Because if you're in a tough spot, you need to be able to run. And I mean, run, bitch, run. And I could put more enthusiasm into saying that like I always do, but I mean, I'm being too lazy to. But with this being said, here is the original official build. I say if you do not have your double skills equipped, or have what it takes to get all these double skills. Now, if you do have double skills or part of them, this is, you know, I'm not telling you, you know, which ones to get first or whatever. You figure it out based off your playstyle and what you have to offer. Because like I said, if you don't have, you know, like let's say all the skills, double skills, that's completely fine. These guides still let you use it. It's just, you know what to look for when you're trying to, you know, put together these skills instead of putting together 15 different or 8. Wait, how many is that? Yeah, 8 different anti-hero or obstinate and anti-heroes or whatever it is to make it to where they can barely hurt you, if not cannot hurt you. You should honestly, you know, it gives more of a defined personality to your opponent. So, but as of what ones you could pop on first, if you don't have them all, that's all player based. So don't try to, you know, don't bite my head off. All right, I'm too lazy to care. I mean, it's one of those things. But we will take and we will actually have some extra space with this. So let me swap to the double skill and say we are going to take the magic resist. We're also going to add institution into this build by replacing the current magic resistance. Obstinate and anti-hero will replace our anti-hero, and then we're going to completely take away the obstinate. Oops. No, that was in the right slot. Okay, I'm stupid. We are keeping our reduced earth. Ooh. Ooh. Excuse me. Oof. We're gonna get rid of that mainly just because, you know, we got all the defense plus a little bit more to our name. Next though, we are going to go and take, and we don't need to put on the Rider class Martial Blessing. Instead we're putting it on the Lancer, because there's no need for either. You sure you get Martial Blessing up there, but ultimately almost all of these are useless. We will put on the Caster class. This will increase our burst attacks, and being that a good portion of his skills are burst attack skills, that would be extremely useful to have in our arsenal. Plus it gives us mana recover, like, you know, I was originally going to suggest, but decided to go against because obviously there's better choices out there. We're going to replace the current Martial Blessing with the Martial Blessing Monstrous Strength. The reason I didn't replace like Natural Body with Natural Body Rider or Lancer or whatever it may be is not because of anything more than it's useless to have a rush attack skill if you ain't got a damn rush attack to use. So, useless. We're going to replace the fairies with some good old oops. Fuck off. We're gonna replace the fairies with the good old variation of fairies and Spirit Slayer, just so you have more power to your name. And then finally, if I could fucking remember where it's at and I can find it, we're replacing the bravery with a what's it called? What the fuck is it called? Actually, no, we don't replace bravery. What am I thinking? Because now we still got ourselves a solid combination of skill sets, and we're not bringing anything unnecessary to the battle. Now, the costumes, I only have 2 of them because I didn't care to waste more money into him than what was needed. But here's his base costume. I didn't think his costume looked bad, but never mind, actually his fucking costume looks stupid as hell. Who am I kidding? But I can say it's better than his Phantom Punk gear, which, oh my goodness, this thing's, oh, shut the fuck up, you look ugly anyways. Like, he looks completely and utterly stupid and fucking ugly. Like, this is hideous. Like, no doubt. Plus, after seeing that, it made me question if it was actually a fucking squid or something. And I don't care to know. So, I'm just gonna keep my current outfit on because that's what matches him best. And we're going over to the Mystic Code. Alright, so now that we got all that, we are not taking something like the caster class skill or anything like that because there's no use for that. There really isn't. And it took me a long time to figure this out, but I mean, after going through every little skill I had decided that the best idea was to have something with a bunch of defense. And that would be Scepter of the Moon. Oops, I'll take the EX Plus in my scenario. The reason for this is it gives you some massive healing items, defense, time reduction, and a shield to make up for all that lost defense. And I didn't say this before, but Rias is a part of Fate Zero, so we will, I'm gonna take off, where is he? Nope, don't you, there he is. Yeah, I went for a full 360 to do that. Where is my thing at? And let's throw Lancelot into the equation this time. But with this, we're going to go into battle, and I will... How dare they? This was unexpected. I know I'm only a few skills off, but it's because I don't want to have to do this again, and I want to get rid of all these. And how fucking more do I have to go? Oh jeez. Oh man, that's gonna be a bitch to deal with. They'll do just fine for now. I'll have to go back over and redo it, but still. Fuck you. But, I mean, ow, ow. You can't actually lose. Stop it, bitch. I forgot how to play. There we go. No means no, bitch. It doesn't even look like he's walking. He just. Ew. Oh, he can flip? Oh, I didn't know that. But that was his Monster Rumble. Oh. Like, it's completely useless, actually, if you ask me. Even after all the shit you could throw with him. That was the Tentacle Mallet. Our lovely mark. And then the area, the stun we have on him, and we can just smack him up. Ultimately, you could definitely tell that he is weak as hell, even despite such a huge advantage he has on him. He's still weak as I will get out. I could try to load him out with a shit ton of attack skill, but even after all the skills, I'm a 150 as him, and he's still having a hard ass time taking down this servant. The only thing redeemable about him is that monster of his. But yeah, guys, it's a complete waste of space. Of all the casters they chose a horrible person to choose, and he looks fucking stupid. Of course I did. Yeah, of course. But with that, guys, I mean, I already told you what we're taking online, so no need to go over that again. And I can guarantee you, no one's gonna play as this guy online. This guy's complete ass. He's always been ass, and he always will be. And I forgot, I am playing as Gilgamesh. I was, and I got my ass handed as Gilgamesh. Okay, thank you again. I need a good reminder. Alright. Destination. Now, we're gonna go over here. Again, guys, I would like to apologize, though, about not having this guide up sooner. It's just, things happen. That's literally what I'm gonna just say. It's things happen, and, you know. Plus, I purposely stalled out doing the guide myself, because I really did not want to do them, and I'll admit, I kind of slacked off, and then things happened, and I kind of had to hold off on it. But, I mean, besides the point. And, like I said, we're in the online portion now, so the moveset is going to completely invert. We're going to keep one of these. I'm going to keep the burst attack skill, because that's what's going to be of use to me. And then we're going to go and throw open each type of restriction skill we have. This is to stop our opponent so we could actually start doing something to them. Now we are to make our... Oh, damn, I have to go all the way down here. Damn. That is a long-ass, way down. Actually, let me just pop up the namesake. I'm just gonna name it Rias, because, yeah, I'm lazy. And we're gonna throw in only the following skills. The ruler attack, which is going to strengthen area skills. No, like, it's so I could increase, you know, the ability. And, like, actually, no, whoopsies, my bad. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna actually put caster in. For that burst attack skill, we're gonna put mana recover so we could quickly balance out our defense and attack a little bit more. Extend the drive time. We will not stand a chance without it, because we're gonna constantly get bitch smacked everywhere. Movement speed is going to be imperative if you want to stay on top of your opponent. You'll need both of the defense skills you could get your hands on. Martial Blessing is a no Martial Blessing. And we're going to put Spirit Slayer. This build is focused mainly on pretty much a spider web. Stop them in their tracks, quick and easy. Nothing more, nothing less. And for our skill, these are never worth putting up, because you get these throughout the match, and it's useless to me. So the next thing you'd want to debate between the two of these. I would go with the Dimension Sword for the range. Oh fuck! Ha ha ha! Oh, that was funny. Like, that was beyond funny. I have a question. He's so cute. It's hard not to enjoy him. He just growls like a dog. But yeah, guys, like, initially, there's nothing too special about Rias. So I'm gonna get my ass handed to me no matter how it goes, so, I mean, despite how even the match will be, I will lose horribly. Even if my opponent is Janae, no. Because, no. So, and hold on, guys. Hold on! I didn't know if you heard or not. Alright guys, with how this is gonna go, we'll have to do another match because unfortunately I had to step away, so. But I promise that I will make this match up instead of trying to, you know, show off. Actually, I don't think I need a full match to show you how bad this is gonna end up, so. One attack, and he's already practically down. I mean, sure, he may have everything to his name now, but I mean, he's really annoying if that's what you want to get. You don't need to, clearly one attack, no matter what it is, he's going down. However, if you can't tell, I mean, I'm making my opponent's life living hell. Plus, he's even getting stupidly weak too. Even with his drive skill active, he's not going to be able to withstand a beat. Clearly just these base attacks are nearly taking me down. And that's why you don't see him too much on the mainframe battlefield, is because he goes down real easily and no one likes that. Even Tom knows, been used significantly more. He's one of those characters that you don't see very much, and there's a reason behind that. And no one can really understand, like, I think everyone can understand why. So, with that being stated, I mean, sure, this was a quick guide, and I didn't need the full match to show you that this guy fucking sucks. He had so much potential and so much power wasted, actually, if you ask me. Not because of anything else, it's just because, well, he sucks. And I feel like they overpowered him in the series, underpowered him in the game. But that's just my ultimate opinion, and I think I may have forgotten the Noble Phantasm, but I'm too lazy to go back and show you. I mean, it's horrible anyway, so I think everyone would get the general gist of what I think of this guy anyway, so with that, I mean, like I said, a quick, easy guide, and this one I will say was rushed. I will admit it, because I didn't want to play as him. However, I wanted to make sure to cover him. Just because I didn't want to play as him didn't mean I didn't know what I was doing, or that I put any more or less thought into him. It's just I don't play as the guy, and I don't care to play as him very much. So there's ultimately no, the sooner I didn't have to play as him anymore, the better. However, everything I told you is fairly true about him. He's extremely weak compared to everybody else, and he's real easy to beat. So he has his benefits of being a complete troll and annoyance, but that's about it. So with that, guys, I hope you guys learned something, and the goal is to try to have another guide posted up tomorrow as well. So with that being said, this has been Retro. I'll see you